Shalom, my people, shalom, other people as well. I'm here because I want to get into this truth thing, and I want to break all this down about these so-called black heroes that has been given to us throughout the history, throughout their history. You know, we don't never stop and ask why. We don't never stop and ask why when we're shown something and when we're told something. You know, we live in a Babylonian type society where everybody is told what to do and don't even realize they're being told what to do. You know, so we're going to get into this, you know, because people really don't realize that all of this stuff was set up the way it is on purpose. Everything that's happening today is not a coincidence. Everything that you see and hear today is not a coincidence, you know, and our people and other people as well don't even stop long enough to realize it because they're so caught up, you know, in themselves. Everybody just so caught up in what they're doing, you know, and it's sad, you know, that you can't stop and look at deception when it's right there in front of your face. It's always been there. It's been there since the beginning. And that's what people don't realize. This stuff didn't just start now. This stuff didn't just start 10 years ago. This stuff didn't just start 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years ago. This stuff been going on. These lies and deception has been going on since the beginning. And that's what people don't understand. And it's crazy that our people don't understand that, especially our people, you know, don't understand that every piece of information that we get is through them. So why would they tell us the truth when they know who we are, when they know who other people are? They got everybody's DNA. Because if you were ever born in a hospital, if you were ever went to go give blood to some false charity event, they got your DNA. You know, this is what I'm saying. So, you know, I'm just kind of letting you know where I'm coming from with this truth before I get into these so-called black heroes, because we got to start we're going to start back. I made my point to let you know the deception has been going on. So we gonna get right into it. And the first deception was one of the things that I seen, and when I research and go look into everything, is that everybody didn't come over here on no damn boats. The numbers just don't add up. Go do the research yourself. The numbers don't add up. They never add up. You know, and I don't know how familiar a lot of y'all are with the scriptures. You know, I don't know how familiar any of you are with the scriptures except the people that I know. My nation of people I know that follows the scriptures. You know, and, you know, a lot of people don't follow the scriptures. A lot of our people don't. But, I mean, go there. They talk about lies and deceptions. That's all it talks about. And our people are just in a whirlwind of lies and exceptions, and they love it. I mean, they love it. It's like everybody, not just us, everybody on earth loves to be lied to because it just makes you feel so much better. It makes you feel comfortable. See, when people start feeling uncomfortable, that's when your life starts becoming miserable. You know, because now you woke to the truth and you see through all the crap and you see it right there in your face. But a lot of our people refuse to believe it. They don't. They see it. They lie and they go into denial like they don't want to see it. You know, it's just pathetic how people act. But slavery was set up. You know, people were brought over here, but it wasn't as many people as you think that they brought over here, because you got to realize they were using boats. They didn't have no kind of motors. They were sales people, and they had people on them, equipment and whatever they was carrying, supplies. The ship was heavy. It took years and years just to get the little amount of people that they did bring over there. But a lot of us were already over there, because if you read the scriptures, he tell you, we scattered people to the four corners of the earth. All our people got scattered to the four corners of the earth. Not only did our people get scattered, but everybody else was scattered as well. Hamites were already over here in the Americas. Shemites were already over here too. Certain ones just got brought over here to join the rest. They didn't discover nothing. It was an invasion. They invaded. Came in and invaded and took over and started the slavery. And yes, a lot of Hamites were involved in slavery. Because this is what we finna get into. I'm finna get into it's leading all up to these black heroes, how this stuff got set up. And if you don't believe me, go. They got this stuff online. You can go read it for yourself. Go read the Willie Lynch Chronicles. The man came over here with a plan. And the plan is still working today, except for the ones who done unplugged themselves from the Matrix. The ones who have unplugged themselves from the Matrix see the bull crap that's going on. Do you think Harriet Tubman was the only one sneaking people up there to the north? See the way they tell it to you in your history that she was the one doing this. Yes, she came up with the idea, but guess what? The people up north had already came up with an idea to get it jumped off because they was already jealous about how much money the South was making. The South was making so much money at one time off free labor, they were monopolizing it. Just like these corporations today. That's what they do. They monopolize stuff. And that's what the South was doing. And the North was pissed off about it. Harriet Tubman came into play, sneaking people over into the North because they came up with a plan. And the plan was, well, we'll build factories and little workshops up here and we'll let y'all work in them, and you don't have to worry about nobody beating on you and stuff, and we'll pay you a little wage. So do you really think that Harriet Tubman was the only one doing this? You think she was the only one sneaking to the North and helping other people sneak to the North? No, she wasn't. She was just the one that the elite chose to put on. I mean, I don't know if you can see that because the light is a glare. I'm trying to get as close as I can. Look at that. You see that right there? See how her hands is? Why would she do her hands like everybody else doing today? Why would she do that? She doing the same pyramid that you see Ronald Reagan, that you see Obama, Trump, all the celebrities, TD Fakes, Oprah. She got the same thumb pyramid right there. You can see it for yourself. It's right there. It's right there for you to see it. Harriet Tubman was a Freemason put on. She was a Freemason put on to get the agenda started for the North. You got to realize this, people. They don't put Yah's people, they don't put God's people on money. They don't build statues to them, monumentals in Washington, D.C. Righteous people don't get that kind of stuff. When are y'all going to realize that? Righteous people don't get streets and schools and all that stuff named after them. No. Deceivers get that stuff. That's their reward because they did such a good job impacting the society to get them to believe one thing when it wasn't. That's their reward. They get statues and monuments. I mean, Muhammad Ali got statues all over the world. But he was with them. Malcolm X got streets named after him everywhere. So does Martin Luther King. You don't see righteous people's name on buildings. You don't see righteous people. They just don't talk about us. And that's what people don't seem to understand. You got to get this through your stuff, your thick skull. And I'm not talking about our people. I'm talking about everybody who's watching this. You have to understand. They control everything. We got truth seekers out here on YouTube that don't never get their stuff snatched off. And we got truth seekers on here to get their stuff snatched off all the time. So you tell me, which one is telling the truth and which one is telling half truths? You can see it for yourself. Because the Most High touches everyone, I believe, and shows us truth, especially the ones who want to see truth. Harriet Tubman was chosen because the elite put her on. She was eating out the devil's pot. You think Abraham Lincoln got assassinated because he helped free black people? He didn't give a damn whether we were free or not. It was all about the money. It was all about the money. It's always been about money. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. It's always been about money. It wasn't about us. He didn't get assassinated because of us. He got killed because he dipped in somebody's pockets and they just wasn't happy. Look at the South today in some parts and look at the North up there today in some parts. Some parts are failing and looking all ragged and shut down, and some parts are flourishing the same way down south. It was because of that people started going to the North. People from the South started going to the North. It was an agenda to get people up there to get them to start working in these factories and everything. And they were working 16-hour days. And now we work 8 days a week. I mean, we work 8-hour days now. Some of us don't even get to work 8 hours now. But my point is, it wasn't that they changed the number of hours. It was just they got greedy. And then people started complaining, hey, we working 16 hours, you know, we got to do something about this. And they taking all the jobs. Of course we taking all the jobs because we were slaves. Our forefathers did all the work. Y'all just supervised. And other nations in the truth know I'm telling the truth. How are you going to have a skill if you never do anything but oversee others? You can't get skills if you don't do nothing. So that's when the union came into play. All this stuff came into play because they put it into play. You think Jackie Robinson was the best baseball player back then? No. It was hundreds and hundreds of our people that played the hell out of baseball. Jackie Robinson was a puppet put on by the elite. They started seeing that our people was making money, spending money amongst ourselves. No, our stadiums wasn't as big as theirs and wasn't as elaborate, but we got them up there where we could hold a few people, and we had a little money circulating amongst ourselves. And then here they come. They saw this. They sat at these games and saw these guys and seeing how good they were. They was like, damn, they play baseball better than anybody we ever seen. We got people playing now. So that's when the PSYOP began. Harriet Tubman was a PSYOP. Jackie Robinson was a PSYOP. And if you don't know what the word PSYOP means, go look it up. It's people put on to deceive others. Jackie Robinson didn't get put on because he was the best baseball player. He got put on because he was handpicked. All of them people was handpicked. Malcolm X was handpicked. Martin Luther King was handpicked. Farrakhan handpicked. JFK handpicked. Obama handpicked. The list goes on. All these so-called black heroes are people that they put on. You think Rosa Parks was the only one to refuse? You think she was the only one to refuse to go to the back and get up her seat and go to the back of the bus? No, I talked to older people. I've talked to older elders. I've talked to people who was around back then. It was a lot of people refusing to get up. They put her on. They made a salve. They put her on. That's what they wanted you to see. They gave you everything they wanted you to see. You just didn't realize that the 60s was fake. TV was new back then. It wasn't nothing but black and white. It was easy to deceive dumb people because they were so caught up in watching the image. They know how the brain functions. They know how it works. That's why they do what they do. They understand that we have different brain patterns. They understand that. And they understand if they give you a visual, give you a person to believe in, it'll change your way of thinking. American history is fake. All these so-called black heroes y'all worship were given to y'all by them. They staged the whole thing. And they still doing it today. They doing it in movies. They still doing it in music. They doing it in radio. Anything to keep you occupied from the truth. Because that's what they do. All of this stuff connects us. Facebook, YouTube, Google got it all in one big old net. So they can just categorize and so they can just put people in categories. They know who the real truth tellers is. That's why they snatch them off. If they ain't snatching your channel off and you telling the truth, then you ain't telling the truth hard enough. If you don't get a strike, then you ain't telling the truth hard enough. You ain't going into your depth. You ain't researching. You ain't focusing hard enough. You need to get in there. Because there's people on YouTube getting their stuff snatched every day. Every day. And there's some on there that don't never get their stuff snatched. And they supposed to be so-called truth seekers, but they never get their stuff because they asking for donations. They put on. A lot of these truth seekers are put on. All of this stuff is connected. Politics, religion, all of this stuff is connected to make you feel or do a certain way. MK Ultra mind control. And that's what these black heroes do. That's what they give you black heroes for. So they can give you something to occupy your time, put you under hypnotic, make you stay asleep, make you be in a coma. That's their job. That's what they do. They all eat out the devil's pot to deceive the masses. That's what they do all over the world. It ain't nowhere in this so-called world on earth where it ain't nobody that hadn't been lied to. Everybody's been lied to, but I'm telling my people, stop believing in these people, because these people are put on. Go look at these photos. They the same. Everybody throwing, I just showed you Harriet Tubman. She was throwing up the pyramid with her thumbs. And that's what they do today. They did it before her. They did it before her, and they still doing it today. It's in everybody's photos who serve the devil. Because they pay homage every day. I even see some of our people that's so-called in the truth flashing up the bosom medicine. Oh, that's a piece of no, it ain't. You see the famous people do it all the time. And some of them tell you in interviews. But I see family members doing it, putting up the pyramids and all of that. Well, the pyramids ain't bad. They made them bad. Okay, but it's still, if you know that's what they're using it for, then don't use it. It's fact, people. This is a satanic world we live in. And if you don't understand this, you're in a world of hurt. They let certain truths stay on because they know people. They let religion stay on because they know everybody follow that. They know what's false. They know what's real. But people coming with raw truth and just telling it like it is and telling them about themselves, who they are, they getting snatched. They getting blocked on Facebook. They getting blocked on Instagram. They getting blocked on every site because they don't fit the format. Stop believing in all these people. This is fake history. They can tell you whatever they want. Just like NASA. They show you all the same shit in the movies, and then they show you the same shit on their stand, and you think that's out of space. They programmed you, and you didn't even know you was being programmed. So start doing your research. Get into it. Shalom Nation of Yashriel and other nations that follow. We're going to get back at it. We're going to do it again.